I personally like just our barbell deadlift. I think it gets a bad rep. I think it's misunderstood as an exercise. Immediately, people who have no experience with it will tell you that you're just going to hurt yourself and that it's not a good move. And they're probably just approaching it from the perspective of hypertrophy training, which is getting bigger muscles, not getting stronger. You will get stronger if you train hypertrophy, but that's not the point of the training. And so you actually train differently according to, your goals. Anyways, I actually really like the barbell deadlift. The only reason people get hurt with the barbell deadlift is ego. The number matters to them, or it could be bad coaching. Like, who knows? We always did hex bar hex bar's got some advantages to it. People will tell you there's a better and a worse one. And I'm like, it's an arbitrary feat of strength. Pick yours. What's the difference between barbell and hex? Hex is a bar that like the center of the bar goes around you. You like step into it. So like your grip is different. It's hard to explain. Normal barbell. Weights go here. Normal barbell. This is from any perspective, actually. It has symmetry along an axis. From top down, like a hex barbell will look like this. This is the top view. So you put the weight here, and then it typically has handles that you grab here and here, and you'll put your feet here. And so it gets the weight centered on your feet easier, and it gets the weight further back towards you. This is actually really good. I'm actually killing this. It gets your weight a little further back towards your butt. So you can assume a more upright position. Here's head, here's butt. And as your head is more upright, your butt can come forward a little more, which makes it a little more quad exercise. So it's like, it kind of is whatever you want to do with it. Then you're training something a little more similar to a squat motion, whereas deadlift is primarily a hip hinge, which is glutes and hammies. Get a profile drawing using the hex bar. So like here, a lot of times the struggle is, so this right here is the muscle group primarily targeted by, this is actually really good, primarily targeted by the deadlift, and this muscle group is the one that's hinging. And so as you stand up, a lot of your focus is like driving this backwards and up. These aren't good cues. I'm just showing you kind of what's happening. And then your hips and butt using your hamstrings, which are right here, and your glutes, which are right here, to move the weight upwards. A hex bar, basically what I'm imagining is you can be like this because your arms go straight down and then the weight's here. It's more centered over you. And so this distance right here from the center of the weight to the center of your foot is short and shortened. And so it's like having, if you had weights in a squat where they're on your back, I'm thinking it was going to put a lot more of the exercise in your quads. You're still going to get hamstring, you're still going to get glutes because there's a lot of that in a squat, but back, not as much. Posterior chain necessary, still a lot, but this angle, much greater in a deadlift with the normal bar. And so you get more torque on the back, which isn't bad again. Like, it's just what you want to get out of it. Like, as long as you're training properly and you're respecting the amount of weight on the bar. People talk about, hey, like if you do deadlift, you're going to hurt your lower back. If the weakest part of your chain, the deadlift being a chain all the way down your posterior chain, if the weakest part is your lower back and you're ego lifting and trying to get as much weight on the bar and you're trying to tire out your hamstrings and glutes, your back's going to fail way sooner. And so you can tend to overwork your back if it's the weakest muscle in that chain. Anyways, whole point of this, pick your exercise. It doesn't matter. Pick it for yourself and for your goals and what you want to do. If you're training for hypertrophy, there's better stuff than barbell training, but some barbell lifts, like a straight leg deadlift for hamstrings and a couple, like a really low depth back squat with your heels raised or something, and a really upright posture can really hit your quads. Pick your thing and do it well,